Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. This is Roman, and today I'm doing something a little different. Um, the new death battle came out today with Roronoa Zoro versus Erza Scarlet, and seeing as how it's two anime characters, I figured why not do a reaction to it. I haven't watched it yet. I've been trying to stay away from anything that kind of tells me the winner. Um, It was kind of difficult. I think I only saw, thankfully, only one person post the battle on Facebook. But they didn't put anything in the comment, like in the header saying, who won or anything like that. So that was good. Uh, I saw it on YouTube this morning when I was checking the channel and said, "Oh, okay. Well, I think I'll do a reaction to that later." Um, Before I get into the reaction, gonna go into who I, think is going to win. Um, so basically, I want Zoro to win, being a One Piece fan, and Zoro is my favorite One Piece character. You might think differently with the Luffy thing in the back, but I do have a Zoro wanted poster and a couple of figures of his. Um, I want Zoro to win. Okay, I mean, in the manga, even in the anime right now, after the time skip, there has been nobody who has even challenged Zoro. I mean, he is just super overpowered right now, and even Pika from Doflamingo's family was like no challenge for him. The only challenge he had was trying to catch him, and once he did, there was no way Pika was going to win. Um, but I do kind of have a feeling that they're going to have Erza win. She has a lot more abilities. I did watch a few like prediction videos about who other people thought were going to win. Um, Most of them said that they thought Zoro was going to win, but I listened to some of the abilities that Erza has, and the only one that really has me kind of worried. I don't remember the name of the armor that she can equip, but it like cuts through space. That is the only one that I think might be the armor that causes Zoro to lose. Anything else, I don't see how she could beat it. I know she's pretty powerful, but I mean, come on. This is Zoro we're talking about. The guy who has only lost really one battle, and that was to Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman. He definitely wasn't ready when he fought him at that time. And seeing as how he trained him during the time skip, I mean, it's no wonder he's like super overpowered. So yeah, I want Zoro to win, but I kind of feel like Erza will win. And I'm not, I mean, it's not going to bother me either way. I'll be upset that Zoro lost, but I mean, if Erza wins, I'm not going to be like, this is bull. There's no way she should have won, and blah, blah, blah. As long as they give me a good explanation on why she wins, I can accept it. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was one of those people who thought that Goku could beat Superman. And then after the battle, well, actually, even during the description of their abilities and everything, was when I changed my mind and was like, okay, yeah, I don't see how Goku is going to beat this guy. Um, Also, I kind of don't like how they're throwing Zoro in this right now, seeing as how we haven't even seen him use his full power. I mean, we have no idea what his limit is right now, because again, he hasn't fought anybody that has even challenged him. Um, the only like kind of challenge he had was when he fought Hody Jones, and that was because he was underwater. And even then, that was only after Hody like ate like a hand, like two handfuls of those steroids that he had. I mean, he beat him underwater. He beat a fishman underwater. I mean, that's not easy. It should pretty much be impossible to beat a fishman underwater, unless you're a fishman. But he did, until he ate those 2 handfuls of steroids or whatever. Erza, like I said, she has a lot of abilities, but I've seen her armor break, like, multiple times. I've seen enemies that she's fought break her armor. Zoro can pretty much cut through anything. So if he can get through this armor, I cannot remember the name of it, this armor that can cut through space, then I do not see how Erza is going to win. But again, I just kind of have this feeling that that's what's going to happen, that Erza is going to win. All right. Anyway, we are going to... I should probably say the video is not going to be in this corner. It's going to be in this corner. As you can see, since I left a big space there. That's why. I'm also going to leave a link to the Screw Attack video. So go there and check out the original video if you don't want to hear, my commentary, or, if I even have any commentary. Or you just don't want to watch it with some dude who's just kind of sitting there. Yeah, so go check out Screw Attack. The link will be in the description. And I am going to start this video in 3, 2, 1, now.
Past, present, or future, one kind of fighter has stood the test of time: the swordsman. And today's combatants are 2 of the most skilled warriors to ever wield a blade. Roronoa Zoro, the feared swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates, and Erza Scarlet, the battle mage of the Fairy Tale Guild. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. As a child, Roronoa Zoro dreamed of becoming...
Yeah, I'm super nervous about this. I don't know why.
But he didn't just...
I think it's because I really want Zoro to win, but...
challenged everyone, then just sort of...
Hopefully I'm surprised and he actually wins.
Training sharpened his natural talent with a sword, but there was one person he could never quite manage to beat.
The Master's daughter.
His daughter, Kuina. They dueled a lot, and Kuina won every single matchup. All 2,001 of them. Damn, you think you would have gotten at least one in? Despite the constant defeat, Kuina and Zoro were very close friends. Together, they promised that someday one of them would become the world's best swordsman. And then she fell down some stairs and died, which just seems like an unacceptable way for a master swordsman to bite the dust. Does thin out the competition for world's best swordsman, though. True, I mean, that's how I became the world's best shotgun woodcarver. After Kuina's death, Zoro inherited her sword and used it to hone his skills even further, eventually leaving the dojo in search of the current title holder of world's greatest
awful sense of direction.
Dracula
That's true.
Mihawk. But he immediately got himself lost. With nothing better to do, he became a bounty hunter and wandered around the ocean until he ran into a weird, stretchy pirate kid. Monkey D. Luffy, who brought Zoro onto his crew of Straw Hat Pirates.
Luffy would be my second favorite.
Well, since Luffy was already looking to hire him anyway.
It actually might be tied between him and Zoro.
At this point, he was already...
I think it's more tied now.
And after finding and training under Mihawk, his swordsmanship became legendary. He created his own fighting style, Santoryu, also called three-sword style, because he uses 3 swords, 1 in each hand and 1 in his frickin' mouth. That doesn't seem very safe. Now shut up, Wiz. Badasses don't care about safety. Regardless, with the 3-sword style, Zoro can perform several unique attacks, including the Onigiri, where he strikes with
9-sword
all 3 blades
style,
at
armament
once.
hockey, observation
Or the
hockey.
Tatsumaki, where he makes a tornado dragon. By swinging his swords a certain way, he can fire compressed air projectiles toward an opponent, like with his deadliest technique, the 1080-pound cannon. And last but not least, he knows the Kitoryu 9-sword style.
Wait, did he just grow 4 more arms and 2 more heads? How the hell did he do that?
It's just an illusion, but it still somehow has physical presence.
He's like a human slapchop with a total of 9 swords.
That's one way to put it. In addition to his skills with the blade, Zoro is able to
Zoro's
use Haki,
theme.
a mysterious power that every living being possesses, but only a select few have learned how to use.
Haki, much like Neapolitan ice cream, comes in 3 flavors, and Zoro only has access to chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate? What? I don't even know. Well, one of those flavors is observation Haki.
That's vanilla.
Of course. Which in some ways is similar to Spider-Man's Spidey sense. Zoro can sense the location of other people, even if they're invisible or far away.
Not just people.
It can also predict most opponents' attacks.
Then chocolate, everyone's favorite Haki flavor, is armament Haki. This lets him form an invisible armor around himself as protection, or harden his swords to make his strikes cut through almost anything.
With both Haki, Zoro has been a real asset to the Straw Hat Pirates. They've traveled the world and had a lot of weird adventures.
Like that time, Zoro fought a literal living mountain man named Pika and sliced him clean in half.
A strike so powerful it didn't just cut through Pika, it sent his top half flying upward. Considering Pika's enormous size and approximate mass, this strike had to have been more powerful than the first ever deployed hydrogen bomb, the 11 megaton Castle Romeo.
Also, Zoro's pretty damn fast. One time he moved so quickly he seemed invisible to a room full of highly trained assassins. And when the odds are against him, he'll keep pushing himself, even past the point of
You don't
bleeding
care
out.
if he gets hit,
Thus, he's
as long as he
powered
can
through some
finish off
incredibly
his
intense
opponent.
pain, such as...
Holy shit! How the hell is he still standing after that?
That's a good question. After a battle with Kuma, a bear man because this is One Piece, Zoro took on not only his own pain from near death, but also Luffy's, despite being told that doing so would surely kill him. But it just didn't.
Nope.
He doesn't even brag about it. What a badass.
Zoro is definitely the stoic badass type, but he can't do everything. He's a sword fighter above all, and prefers to fight up close and personal.
He also has the world's shittiest sense of direction. He gets lost without someone there literally reading the map for him, and could never survive on his own without his friends.
You might think Zoro would be more of a lone wolf type of guy, but no. Much like how Kuina's death spurred him on to become a great swordsman, it's his friends who keep him fighting.
I set sail for only one reason, to meet you. And what is your goal? To beat you.
Erza
Never
Scarlet
Erza.
grew up in a small rural town called Rosemary Village. It was pretty picturesque as far as childhoods go.
Yeah,
Hold
nice
on,
place.
Wiz, I'm getting a premonition. Despite everything seeming perfect, something terrible happened.
A murderous cult attacked, destroyed the city, and enslaved the children who
always
built a
those
tower to
murderous
resurrect
cults.
their evil overlord.
There it is.
Young Erza was tortured, and while she may have lost an eye in the process, she also gained a friend, Jalal Fernandez. He actually
Fernandez?
gave Erza her last name, Scarlet, after her red hair.
I didn't know his last name
She
was
and her buddies
Fernandez.
swore they'd escape, so Erza ended up staging a revolt and saved the other slaves thanks to discovering her latent magical powers.
Unfortunately, not everyone made it out.
Turns out Jalal got possessed by some spirit that made him a huge dick, and
Fine, if you want to leave so badly, then I'm not going to stop you. But you'll have to go alone.
After that nightmare, Erza swore to dedicate her life to helping and protecting the innocent, and so joined the Fairy Tale Magicians Guild. Luckily for them, she possessed a great skill set for a mage.
her main thing is re-equip magic, which is basically like
I
having
really
an
like
armory
the
with
music
you
in
at all
Fairy
times,
Tale.
without having to
I
look
don't know
around.
why, but
Re-equip magic allows
I
Erza
really
to
like
summon her vast array of weapons and armor at will, meaning she can use multiple combinations of swords, lances, and outfits all in one fight without ever really slowing down.
Damn, that'd be useful for all my weapons. How many's she packing?
She's rumored to have
I don't know
access
if I
to as
see
many
that
as 100 sets of
armor
and
in
200
this
weapons.
list.
Nice.
But they're not
As far as armor goes,
not
her
listing
go-to
all
is
of
the
them, so-
standard Heart Cruise set. But there's also the Heaven's Wheel armor, where she can send swords flying at people, the spiky defensive adamantine armor, and the Black Wing and Flame Empress armors, which have wings. for flying.
Don't forget her giant armor, which she uses with a lance, purgatory armor, which has a lot of spikes, and seduction armor? I'm not really sure what purpose this serves.
Probably to make enemies terribly aroused. Ever tried to fight with an erection whiz? Believe me, it's not easy.
Right. Well, Erza claims her most powerful armor is the Armadura Fairy Armor, which is very
Pink.
These are fancy and all, but sometimes she doesn't even bother suiting up. If her back's against the wall, Erza equips her clear heart clothing. This enhances her speed and attack over defense, and channels all her magical energy into her katanas for a decisive blow.
She can charge magic through her swords to perform all sorts of magical attacks, even mixing and matching weapons and armors to better her chances in a fight.
She's also just really good at sword fighting. Actually, she's really good with a lot of weapons, including hand-to-hand.
All of this makes Erza an excellent addition to the Fairy Tail Guild. She quickly became one of its highest-ranking mages and was the youngest member to ever pass the S-Class Mage Promotion test. An incredibly difficult gauntlet only the strongest and wisest of warriors can even attempt.
Speaking of achievements, she's pretty freaking strong. Don't believe me? Well, here she is, lancing a hole through a giant floating cube.
This cube was about 100 million cubic miles in volume. To punch through it, Erza's lance must have dealt about 16 kilotons of force.
Erza's also fast enough to deflect bullets point blank from a flintlock pistol. Guns with a muzzle velocity of about 540 miles per hour. And that's without a speed boost from her armor.
Right, many of her armor sets grant her stat boosts, increasing her speed, magic, defense, etc. She survived plenty of destructive blasts, including one that blew up an island. Considering that island's size, that's an explosion equivalent to 2 kilotons of TNT.
So she's sexy, can survive island-busting attacks, and has a shit ton of weapons? She's basically perfect. Just wish she used a gun or two.
Well, she may have a vast armory, but swapping them in and out requires magic, and she can run her supply down if she's not careful.
So it's just like a mana bar in those fantasy games you always play.
Exactly, though even when she's out of magic, she's still quite deadly in hand-to-hand. Like when she fought her alternate self from another parallel universe.
That universe has a lot less
So much
Sign me up!
plot right
But
there.
when you're among the best in the guild, you get the job done, no matter the limits.
I will withstand any physical pain to protect the ones that I love.
All right, the combatants
So
are
was Zoro,
set.
so-
Let's end this debate once and for all.
All right, here comes the
It's time
battle.
for a death battle!
Oh, sorry, lady. Could you point me in the way of the shipyard? I've been looking around for hours.
Ugh.
You're the one I'm looking for. Come peacefully and you won't be harmed.
Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe later.
Then we'll have to do
These
this
voices.
the hard way.
I told you, I'm busy. What? Well, I guess we're doing this now. Whoa, what?
You're coming with me.
Oh.
Neat trick.
Come on, Zoro. Your foot is on fire.
I'm laughing at this.
He hasn't used hockey yet, so as far as I could tell, I would assume they'd make it look black, but I don't know. I'm guessing they're only going to use armors that they showed.
You are strong, pirate. But this is no strength.
Dang.
Fool. Nothing is worse than the loss of life.
Don't start crying,
Oh,
woman.
they got his music playing.
So much for all that strength.
Oh, that looks awesome.
I can do this!
I will claim this bounty for my guilt, for my strength,
Oh, he's got the
for my
bandana.
friends.
Bring it on! You're not the only one who fights for their friends!
Oh god, come on. Yes! Haha!
Well, where the hell is that shipyard?
Oh god.
Tail! Jesus! Talk about a killing blow!
I got way too
In
excited
the
over there.
past, Erza could react to projectiles flying over 500 miles per hour, but Zoro could move faster than the eye could see. U.S. Air Force tests have shown that a well-trained human eye can consistently spot and recognize an image in 1/220th of a second. So, in this case, Zoro would have had to move from point A to point B, which is about 57 feet, in 4.5 milliseconds. That's close to 9,000 miles per hour.
That's more than 5 times faster than a bullet. Erza didn't really rely on speed anyway, and there's no evidence any of her armor magic could have helped close that wide of a gap.
Oh, I'm
Speaking
sure
of
the
her
fairy tale
armor,
fans
Erza
are going to be like,
had
oh, you didn't
more
use this
armor
armor, you didn't use that armor, or
Unfortunately,
why didn't you use this
she was
armor,
simply
or
outclassed
how come you didn't
in
use,
itself.
like, go into this stat,
Erza
or...
could withstand hits of about 2 kilotons, like the blast which destroyed that island. But Zoro has dished out much stronger blows than that.
Slicing Pika in half, for example, was equivalent to 11.5 megatons. That's about 6,000 times bigger than anything Erza has survived. And while Erza's artificial eye may have seen through Zoro's nine-sword style illusion, it couldn't prevent him from actually attacking her.
No.
He also had that habit of stripping down to clear hard clothing in a bind. He had even more sword power, but at
But
the
now
cost
she's
of less
weak.
defense. This sounded like a good idea on paper, but close-range combat was Zoro's bread and butter.
Erza was mostly self-taught, and while proficient with a blade, Zoro has trained with swords all his life. Even with the greatest swordsman in the world, an up-close duel was exactly what he was looking for.
Yes, she was
Again.
getting a fairy tale.
Oh, and he cut the mountain in the background,
winner
too.
is Roronoa Zoro.
Alright, let's see what the next battle's going to be.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh god. What is this? Oh god, Deadpool! He's coming back.
I'm Ben, I play with, and next time, Deadpool is back. Oh,
Yes.
and we're doing
The
something
last one they
different
did
this
with
time.
him was
We're
awesome.
going to be announcing his opponent on the Death Battle cast, which if you haven't heard is a thing. We launched a podcast around
Oh
Death
god, I
Battle.
wonder who they're going to have him fight this time, though.
It's a lot of fun. Go check it out. Thanks, guys.
Alright, man. I think that was the most, like, excited I ever been for a Death Battle. Oh, I don't even, man. I'm just so happy that Zoro won. I was so sure that they were going to have Erza win. But, I mean, from what I saw, they didn't even use most of her armor. But I am pretty positive that no matter what, there was nothing she had that Zoro couldn't deal with. I mean, he has dealt with so much damage. I mean, she had him bloody on the ground, and all it did, I think, was make him angry. I'm pretty sure he was using hockey. I guess they didn't have a way of visualizing it. I thought they'd at least tried to color the skin or something, or like a darker color. Like, I was more black in the anime, so I figured they had done that, but they didn't. I'm just assuming that he was using his hockey. Man, and I was starting to, I don't know, he wasn't really doing too much during the battle. He was mostly running, which should have tipped me off that he was going to win. Because I had never seen such a one-sided death battle where the opponent is like totally dominating and then just wins. I'd never seen that before. But then again, I haven't seen them all. I've seen, I don't know, maybe 15 or so. I know, excuse me, one that I pretty much refuse to watch is the Majin Buu versus Kirby. That was spoiled for me that Kirby won, and I just don't see how Kirby could ever beat Majin Buu. I'm sure they give their explanation and all that, but I just don't see it at all. Um, so yeah, I am incredibly happy that Zoro won. Um, Again, being one of my favorite characters from One Piece. Um, I was just so sure that they were going to have Erza win. I don't know why, but there was just something in the back of my mind saying Erza's going to win. I figured they'd use more armors, but I guess they just chose her more powerful ones. Because I guess that fairy armor is her most powerful. I figured that I cannot remember the name of it, but that one that cuts through space, I figured would have been like one of the armors they chose, but it wasn't. I don't even think it was on the list. And nothing, again, nothing she did was really even affecting Zoro at all, which is basically what I said at the beginning, that I didn't think there was anything she could do that would even damage, or well, maybe damage, but not even like really be much of a challenge for Zoro. Because again, in the second half of the series, he is just like unstoppable. Nobody has pushed him to his limit, or I think even close to his limit. Again, Pika didn't even do much. He ran most of the time and was hiding in that huge, like mountain-sized version of himself, which was his downfall because you give Zoro something like that, and he's just going to destroy you. And he could tell, most likely because of his observation haki, that Pika was traveling between each section that Zoro was cutting to try to stay away from him. But didn't save him. All right. I'm also looking forward to this next one with Deadpool. I don't know who they're going to have him fight. They might have him fight Batman, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea who they're going to have him fight, but I'm looking forward to that one. Again, I enjoyed the Deadpool versus Deathstroke one. That was one of my favorites. I think it was one of the first 3D ones they did, along with Godzilla versus Gamera. That one was awesome too. Even if I really did not like how they did Godzilla's arms in that, they were way too long. But that ended the way I expected it to end. The Deadpool versus Deathstroke one, I had no idea who was going to win. I was hoping Deadpool, which, spoilers, that was the case. But, Deathstroke is Deathstroke. He's one of the toughest guys in DC, and who doesn't have, like, actual powers, like Superman or Green Lantern or anything like that. But with Deadpool's healing factor and everything, I figured Deadpool would win. Then again, I'm a big Deadpool fan as well. As you can see, I got a pop figure of Deadpool over there. I got that, I think, last year. Either last year for Christmas or my birthday this year. No, I got that for Christmas. I got a figure from Showcase Collectibles for my birthday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. If you all want me to react to that one too, let me know in the comments. Or if there's like any other ones you want me to do, or maybe I can get Belle in here next time and we could both react to one of a couple of these death battles. So yeah, let me know, and might do this more often. Same with 1 Minute Melee. I watch 1 Minute Melee as well. So if you want me to do some of those, let me know in the comments. I'll do those too. Or anything else like this. I don't mind. I know there's a couple of others where they do battles. I think it's one's arcade mode, and I know there's another one. But if you want me to do anything else like this, let me know in the comments, and I'll see about doing it. mostly it'd probably just be me because it'd be on days where, you know, Belle's not here. If Belle is here and I don't know, we finish our anime reactions early enough, I might be able to convince her to do a couple of these. But yeah, if you enjoyed this reaction, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you can get updates on our releases. And be sure to check out the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram so you can get updates on the channel. Get memes, pics, video, news articles, and all kinds of other stuff. So until next time, bye.